Then another thing she had told me is when she was taking her exam, she's like, any question that she didn't know the answer to, she's singing a little song. She's like, I don't know, God, but you know. 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 And, she just singing away, like just clicking through the questions she don't even know the answer to. Mind you, she ain't even studied. So I'm taking notes like, okay, I got you. And she prays over me and everything, and she tells me you're gonna pass. Just remember what I told you, 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. And I'm just like, okay, God, I'm chanting it. You have not given me a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. Just chanting it. Then I talked to my cousin who had just passed her NCLEX, and she's just praying over me, speaking life into me, saying the same thing, basically that she didn't know what was going on her exam either, and God did it for her, and just telling me everything she did. She praying over me. She's like, Holy Spirit, it will be you taking that exam, not Lexi, blah, blah, blah. So I started praying that. I'm like, Holy Spirit, it's going to be you taking this exam, not me. Like, because I just had so much anxiety, y'all. Like, test taking is not my thing. Standardized test is not my thing. I can't. Like, it's so hard for me. And like I said, I hadn't taken a standardized exam in 6 years. So I'm so scared. My cousin prays over me and all of these things. So the next day I go in there. Mind you, I've been fasting, I've been praying, all of these things. I go in there, I say a long prayer. I get there, and the first thing I do is I write my first and last name, and I put LMSW, which will be my credentials if I was to pass. Mind you, I didn't even think I could pass. Like, that's that one little mustard seed of faith God be talking about. Because, baby, I didn't even think that I was going to pass, honestly. Like, but I just wrote it down. I'm like, nah, I'm going to write it down. And then I start to take the exam, and y'all, when I tell y'all, I did not know nothing on that exam. I did not know nothing on that exam. Like, I'm telling you, like I could count on my fingers how many tests I knew on that exam. And it's not to say that the material I studied was not good, because I promise you it was. It really taught you how to answer the question on the exam. But that's how God works. I genuinely feel like God made it so I did not know anything on that exam. So I will not question him. So I will know that it was God who took this exam, not me. It wasn't nobody else. It wasn't no study material that I invested in. It was strictly God. I do believe if I was to go back and look at some of them questions, I would know the answer to it. But in that moment, I did not know nothing. I promise you. So I am sweating, y'all. I literally feel like getting up, throwing up. I feel like getting up and leaving, because I'm like, I'd rather not finish this exam and just say I didn't finish than not pass this exam. Like, that's how hard I was on myself, and that's not good. That's not the point of this message, because that's not good. Trust God always, whatever the results is. His timing is the best time. However, I was in a completely different space then, so it was like I was just feeling like so scared. I also did not pay for my exam, so I did not want to let him down. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I was shaking the whole time, shaking. I'm looking around, people slamming their things down, getting their stuff together, walking on out of there. I'm just so irritated. And I wasn't hating, but it's like, when people be so loud when they done with the exam, like, it's like, calm down. Like, I'm not done yet. You're annoying me. You distracting me. Please just get your stuff and go, and don't make any noise. So anyways, I was just so irritated. I was stressed. I was just sweating. Y'all, I promise you, I did not even finish my exam. Literally, there was 3 or 4 questions that was not answered. I promise on everything. I look at that screen. Y'all, it literally says pass. When I tell you, my whole body had chills. I'm just like, no. Like, God, you're good. I know that. But my whole body got chills. And I'm just shaking, grabbing my stuff, and I'm just shaking. And she's like, you passed. And I'm like, can I take a picture? Because I'm like, nah, because I don't want nothing. I don't want to get an email that says, oh, by the way, that was a mistake. Like, no, I need my proof. And she just laughed and she's like, girl, you passed. Like, get on out of here. Y'all, even talking about this is literally giving me chills. It's literally giving me chills, y'all, because I will never forget that day I saw you pass. And every single time, this is for anybody taking any type of exam or the next step in their life, whatever, whether it's for your business, whether it's for nursing school, your doctorate, PhD, whatever. Trust God, seek God, pray to God, because I promise you, I did not take that exam. I promise you I didn't take that exam. Because if I took that exam, I would have failed for sure. But the way God did that for me, I was shook. I was shook. And every time I have the audacity to act like God is a little God, I remember that day. I remember that day. I don't care if it's the little mustard seed of faith I gotta have, but I remember that day. It don't matter what I'm going through. I remember that day that God did that for me. Like, so whatever you're dealing with, whatever you don't believe God can do, take yourself back to a time where God did and remind yourself that God is not a little God, okay? He is a big God. He is very much a big God, because I was shook. I was shook. Every time I questioned God, and I prayed that prayer before I took the exam, I said, God, when you do this for me, help me to never play with you again. Help me to never question you again. And I still have my moments, where my faith is not the best, but I always take myself back to that moment. So if you're going through something similar, always take yourself back to that moment where God literally gave you chills, where God literally did the impossible.